So this is what happens when you deep dive with me in the world of options. As you can see, the maximum loss and maximum reward is so high that is bound to give you a lot of confidence. And congratulations, you have really upgraded your trading. You've learned something class apart. Hi everybody, welcome to the video. Today you're gonna learn something exceptional if you love to trade stock options. It becomes even more special if you are a working professional who would like to trade stock options with complete stress-free manner. Welcome to the ultimate stock strike strategy. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna empower you with much better knowledge. Obviously, you will learn how to create the strategy. Is there any way by which you make your reward so massive that it becomes almost unbelievable for majority of you? Knowledge which gives you an edge, obviously no gas, no fluff, directly on the point. When you are a working professional, what is your number one pinning problem? I do understand that. That is, stock gives massive gap ups and gap downs. In fact, high beta stocks can really kill the confidence of a trader when it goes back-to-back circuits. Doesn't matter which market you trade. Today, this problem of gap up or gap down is completely removed from your life if you watch the video till the very end, no doubt about it. Trading isn't about guessing. It's about putting odds in your favor and doing the right things over and over again and using the right technique at the right time all the time. Remember, it's not only about the strategy, but the adjustment and strike selection. I'm gonna tell you towards the end of the video for people who watch the video entirely. You don't wanna miss out the adjustment and the extra masala which I've added towards the end. We're gonna discuss more about this, but now it's time for action. So let me show you exactly what do I mean. What you see on your screen right now is a TCS daily chart. It can be any stock. I'm just giving you an example and then I'm going to tell you the adjustments. Suppose that you have a view that TCS in the coming time is going to fall very, very fast. If you have that view, but you're worried that if TCS go opposite to your view and you do not have time to adjust, which strategy will suit you? I'm going to give you example of a bearish and a bullish as well. So now it's time to build a strategy thinking that TCS, just an example, TCS view is down. So what to do now? So first let's go to option simulator together, you and me, and we're gonna build the strategy from the scratch and we're gonna know all about it. So here we are on a strategy builder and we are using TCS, of course, and the monthly series which we have picked already. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open option chain, assuming that the stock is gonna fall and we have to create a strategy. So first thing we're gonna do, we look forward to buy at the money put option. Once we do this, we look forward to sell the next strike, probably leaving couple of strike. It depends on how many strikes option chain offers you, right? So we long something and you short something immediately after that. And what do? We go really far out of the money and we do the same thing. We buy something and then we look forward to sell something. Remember, the strike selection is happening not at a random, but there is a complete logic inbuilt into this, which I'm going to reveal it to you after some time. One step at a time, one bite at a time. Now, when we do something like this, very interesting payoff graph really comes out of the picture. This is just 50% of the job. The 50% of the job I'm gonna start telling you now. When you do something like this, remember I promised you something that even if stock gives you a massive gap up or a massive gap down, you don't have any issues when you trade something like this. Imagine the kind of confidence you will feel when you trade something like this. And I have some things even much better than this. Now here what you see is that your maximum loss is only around 6,900 only, depending that you do not do the adjustments and you just let this trade be wherever it is. Because of the margins benefit you want to get in this particular strategy, the margin which is required to trade something like this is extremely tiny, around 50,000, which in other words means that every person almost who's watching this video is able to trade this because it does not require a lot of capital. You've been requesting a lot in comment section that you wanted something really solid for a stock options. Now I've given you a bearish thing. I want to give you a bullish as well, and then I will really peel out the layers really gonna go deep into this and you will know more things. So this is an example of ITC daily chart. Every candle represents one day. Assuming that you have a bullish view and you want to trade. Obviously, I'm not telling you to long the stock or something like that. Obviously, just an example. When you do something bullish, certain things will change. You got to tweak certain things, and then let's see, because there's always a difference between IVs of call and the put. More on this soon. Let's create a strategy on ITC now, and then I'm gonna tell you about the strike selection as well. So here we are on an ITC right now. What we have to do, we have to tweak a little, and now we are looking forward to go directly at the money. Reason I've told you, because IVs have a very important role to play. We long and we short, we stick to our guns. We're gonna do something like this, and now we look forward to long slightly out of the money. And what do is that we long something which is really further out, but here we are changing our percentage in which we are going for slightly more further in terms of percentage. It's very different comparable to previous TCS example which you saw. Now, when you do something like this on ITC and assuming that your view is bullish, you think that the market has already fallen a lot and now ITC is really gonna rock it up. In that situation, creating something like this can be a breeze, because if things go in your favor and you hold on to a trade and trade completely go bullish, in this situation your maximum profit is absolute solid 25,000, wherein when you do not do anything, then you stand to lose around 6,000. But I'm sure that you would like to increase the odds heavily in your favor. This is already very heavily in your favor. But do you want to really turn the tables around? I'm sure I'm gonna tell you more things about this now. Next, when I'm gonna give you an index example. See, the market is anyways very unpredictable, but your preparation doesn't have to be. A little knowledge, something like this, can save you from years of frustration. But it doesn't have to be that way. There are always smarter ways. So ready? I'm gonna tell you some more things now when I'm gonna give you index examples. So now here we are at an index, which is Nifty. Obviously. Now I've already pre-selected the strikes for you, as you can see right now. I've longed and I've shorted and I've long and I've shorted. But here comes a really big and huge learning for you. I want you to notice some things very carefully, because I'm not going to repeat this. You see, the maximum profit here is around 12,000. When you select these strikes, you can take out a screenshot. The maximum loss is 3,000 to make 12,000 roughly. Its probability of profit is around 36.6%. Although probability of profit does not hold much relevance, but still people who are newbie, right? Now, when you create a random strike without knowing the exact mathematical formula, you're gonna come up with something like this and things look pretty rosy and pretty good. Now, can you make it even better? Of course, you can make it even better than what it already is. Let me show you an example of this. Now here, which you see, I have selected a different strike now, right? This is a second example. Now here I've obviously tweaked the legs. I have made the legs in such a way with my calculation, right? An exact step-by-step formula, the guide which one can follow. In this, what you see that here the odds are even heavy in your favor. Here you're taking the risk of approximately 3,000. In the previous example, you are taking the same risk. This is the previous. This is the new, the latest, this one. But here, this one, your maximum reward goes to 17,000. How is it even possible? You are risking the same amount and you are making a lot higher returns. Also, your probability of profit is absolutely increased. So things are heavily increasing, right? It's very uncommon in options world. How do we really stack things in our favor when we use exact mathematical formula, exact which strike to pick, when to pick, how to pick, and I haven't even started telling you about the adjustments. And what normally retail people do is they make an iron fly. They make, short straddles, they make short strangles. They absolutely have no plan, right? And if market continue to give you a gap up or a gap down or a stock strategy, imagine how much a one bad trade can cost you. Now imagine using that one stop loss for your learning as you're learning right now, to learn different methods, much better and top shelf option strategies. Ultimately, it is your business and it's your responsibility to take your business up to a notch. And there is only one way to do it, that is learning better, solid strategies with a complete plan. As you have learned right now, by just smallest of the tweaks, we can make a huge difference, right? From the risk and reward point of view, from the risk is not increasing here, Same risk, but the profit is going massive. And something like this does not require your screen time. One can do it very effectively alongside the job. But it's about knowing which strike to pick and the adjustments. Now let me throw some lights on the adjustments. I hope you're ready now. Now what max can happen is probably market can go against you. Probably market can go completely against, probably can go up. In that situation, what a trader needs to do is, obviously in Nifty we have an option to short weekly options. But suppose if you're trading a stock, why don't I take a stock example? So suppose if we take an example of ITC, which I showed you, and instead of going up, market starts to go down. The best part is the amount of relaxation which you're gonna have is immense because you're trading something superior. Because you watch this video on the channel, you subscribe to the channel, and you have already elevated your trading, and that's a good job done. Now, if market starts to go down, what one can do is, number one, this debit which you have, this 490 call which you have, right? It's obviously going to reduce its value. There is no doubt about this. So what one can do is one can easily square off this call. So suppose the 0.8 becomes 0.4, that can be your benchmark. So as soon as this 0.8 becomes 0.4, one can look forward to completely exit this particular call. If you can do this, nothing like it. Do this and then bring this call above and sell a 510 call. So basically convert debit into credit, which I'm sure must be, all of you must be knowing this. It's very basic. But if you're somebody who have extra capital and you want to adjust it even more, what probably you can do is select where your second buying is. Your second buying is around 490 call. So what you can do is you can immediately look forward to sell extra additional calls. Probably you can sell multiple of 495 calls. You can always do that. As soon as you do, you will find that your risk profile has completely reduced, and then your payoff gonna look something like this, right? Now, when you do something like this, what you will notice is that now you have decreased your risk potential even lower. When market is falling against you, you can short any call which you fancy. Make sure that you're selling an out of the money call. Now, when you do something like this, obviously your margin gonna increase. At the same time, you are reducing your risk on the downside. Usually people should do something like this when market Nifty breaks support as well as the stock breaks support. Only on the support breaking. I repeat, only on the support breaking. Now, point number one. Point number two, strike selection should be impeccable. Okay, probably I'm gonna make a second part on this. I'm gonna tell you the exact sweet spot of the strike which gonna give you maximum reward and how to select the strike. If I make a video on this, video gonna be at least 30 minutes long because I will have a lot of things to explain. Rest I can just show you the way, and I'm sure if you do some brainstorming, you should be able to figure things out on your own. By doing something like this, you can reduce the loss by 50%, right? As you can see right now. You can short the call maybe 500, maybe 480. You can short any call out of the money on your wish completely. Sell the call which is always out of the money. Do not go very close to the market, point number one. Point number two, the right strike selection is mandatory on this. Like I gave you an example of Nifty just few minutes back. Probably I can tell you right now even, but the video is going to be at least 30 minutes long, probably can be even more because I will have a lot of things to explain to you in a shortest amount of time. I try my best to give you whatever I can on YouTube, but I have my own limitations, whatever I can give you, which is completely not the part of the premium. But I hope you get it. I try to show you the way in the right direction. At least if you improve on your trading, nobody gonna be more happier than me that you're making progress, learnings from the video. So you're already doing a good job. Let's talk about some more points now. So VIP points, point number one, we have already covered. I want to show you Nifty example how selecting different strikes can completely change the outcome of your trading, and how to adjust. Point number two, I've already told you. See, opportunities in the market are lying everywhere, but it takes a trained eye to spot the opportunity, make the strategy. But making a strategy is just 40% of the game. Making the right strategy, picking the right exact strike is really a key to success. It's very easy to succeed in options trading once you are mentored in the right direction, so that you focus on those things which gets the result and ignore the other 95% of the things which push you in the wrong direction. Now, third point which I want to tell you, which will improve even more. In fact, it's a gift for people who watch the videos till the very end, because that's the filter who is serious and who's non-serious about learning. One can do pair with two stocks, but which moves opposite to each other, but how to. Now, in stocks trading, and because you wanted to learn that, you've been requesting a lot. Pair trading in stock is still not so popular phenomena in India. There are stocks which moves opposite. There are some sectors which completely moves opposite. Now, for example, IT and Nifty, you can compare. IT is largely driven by US dollar index, right? And Nifty is largely driven by a lot of economical factors. So a lot of ways you can gonna find a disparity. Now, obviously, when you pair two stocks together, you don't want to play in one direction. You want to play in opposite direction. One bullish, one bearish. There are certain sets of stock which I follow religiously, and in one video I reveal those stocks as well. I'm sure you can find it. There are 2-3 videos I've made. You can pinpoint exactly which strike. But trade intelligently, obviously a much better way. Like I told you, hit and trial way of trading. If you're still doing hit and trial in 2025, and if you are not satisfied with results and you want to learn better techniques, if you have to do something, at least give yourself a fair enough shot. It's only one life, so do the best what probably you can do. If you think it's a craft, if it can be improved, everything in life can be improved, obviously. Less monitoring, premium strategies are perfect for low stress trading. Alright guys, I'm sure you must have got tremendous value from this video. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the very best. And like I always say, you are going to do so well in trading, you will surprise everyone. I wish you all the best. Bye.